Schoolite here, and I know it's been a while, like a very long while, unless the video before this wasn't that long, but I just got in the mail today the werewolf from Doctor Who, and I want to do a little showcase of it, and basically just try to, like I said, I was going to do more content. I just ran into a few things, like dealing with stuff, but I'm going to try to do a little bit more. I keep saying that, but eventually it's going to happen. But anyways, let's get into the figure. So, here's the box first. We got a standard, regular box. Nothing too fancy. It says werewolf on there. Has a picture of the werewolf. Doctor Who. Don't know much about Doctor Who, but I do love werewolves, so I had to get this. And this was originally from the UK, I believe. And here's the side of the box. It has a very different design, which is for the booth in the back, the phone booth. I know that's part of Doctor Who, but it's the design of that, pretty much. Standard card box, standard box. And then here's the back, shows all the other stuff, if you want to look at that. Then we got the werewolf, series 2. Here's the other side, and then here's the bottom. Nothing really fancy about the packaging. So now let's get into the figure. Alrighty, so here's the werewolf out of the packaging, and my thoughts on this is I really do like this figure out of the packaging. Like, I really do like this figure. It has some drawbacks, but overall, I'm very happy with this figure. But, let's show it. So, first of all, the head sculpt. See if we can get some light on that. Where about that? The head sculpt's awesome. It is just, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks just like a generic werewolf, which is really cool. I really like that, because this is going to be great. If I get more, going to be great for army builders. But I got this. I got its good teeth. The teeth are sculpted nicely is what I mean, sorry. But the teeth are nice. I like this gray that they added on the fur. It's very nice. But overall, the sculpt and the paint on the head is really good. I just really like the head. And it is made out of a soft rubbery, like, compared to the body, which is solid plastic, the head is like rubbery, as you can see. Which means you can take off the head. You're not supposed to, but it's so rubbery and squishy that you can just take it off. And then it's kind of like a Marvel Legends ball joint. But then we move to the back of the figure. It got this weird, obviously it's where it's a little cut of where they had to plop in something on the back. I'm guessing just how the figure was made. But, hope you can see it. And this werewolf doesn't have as much fur, so it very much reminds me of the werewolves from Underworld, just different a little bit. Obviously, the head's different and the color, but, it very much reminds me of Underworld, just the way it's proportioned. Of, like, the first leggings. Not really, like, the new leggings, pretty much. But you go down, and you can see this. So you got a line of fur down its back, where the spine is. And then it's got a little tail. There's a little tail. It's a little wiggly tail. You can see the seam right there. But the tail is made out of flexible plastic, so you can, then we switch it back around, and we got the chest. Like I said, it doesn't have it's more skin and, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's very much feels like the Lycan from Underworld. That's all I have to keep saying about that is it's because it doesn't have as much fur, except for really the head in some spots. But here's the body. Pretty good. I really like this fur, how it's sculpted and everything. It looks very, like, puffy in some areas and then, like, thinner in others, which is really nice. I like the skin, how it's, like, stretching and getting bigger. You can see the ribs. And I love this paint on it. Like, I'm trying to see if I could show it. There we go. There's this pink, like, paint, like, skin tone in between some of the skin and the muscles. It looks really good. It's in between the ribs and everything. It just helps differentiate the colors. And I really do appreciate the extra effort that went into that. Then you get lower. got his, lower ab section. And then you got his little stump. You gave me the stump. Yeah, rated R. Not for kids cover. But then we move lower to the legs. I mean, I'm doing this out of order pretty much. Because you can see it mostly on the legs than the torso. I mean, not torso, arms. But I wanted to show this off because it's mostly on the legs. It's these veins. And they're really cool. They're painted on, but they're really cool. They're these dark blue veins, which I really like. It just makes it feel a little bit more monstrous and like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it just adds to it for some reason. Pretty much that it makes it more monstrous. It's more detail to add, which I really appreciate. But going to the arms real quick, it's, pretty standard. Not a lot of fur on it, just standard anatomy. But you go to the back of it, and it does got fur. And it's going down like this pattern, which is very nice. And then it goes all the way around onto the hand. And the hands hands, whatever they are at this point, are really cool. They're very long claws, which is nice. And then this hand is a little different. It's more flat. This hand has more of a gesture. But moving back to the legs. The legs are pretty standard, kind of like the arms. Some fur in some places. If you move the back, there's fur there. And then moving down, fur there. And he does got the hind legs, which is very nice. And you go down and you got his feety weeties. Whoops. Which are very it's just big paws pretty much. So that's cool. But now let's just do the articulation because I really want to get into this. I wanted to show the detail and everything, but I really want to show the articulation. So this is where I get pretty disappointed, but also in one place very happy about it. So for this, we're going to start with what I'm disappointed. So the arms are pretty standard. I mean, you got a hinge joint at the shoulder. That's also move up, down, out, everything like that. Single hinge that does joint for the elbow that does not go 90 degrees. And then you got a hinge joint at the paw. Now, this is what irritates me is you can't get his hands to his side or anything. Or have him like doing a clawing other than forward like that. And it's so you can do something else, which I'll show, but the legs are the same way. And it kind of sucks because the legs can go out because it got a hinge joint, but there's no ankle pivot. Which sucks. I mean, keep in mind, this figure came out a long time ago. Well, a while ago, at least. And this, I believe, was a basic toy. Which, for a basic toy, this is actually really good. But what I am happy with is the head. So it can look down that far, which is pretty good. But this is cool. You can actually have his head all the way up. And have him howling. Or, you can do is... So we can show this. Have him on all fours. Which is really cool in my opinion. I really do like that. Not a lot of werewolves you can put in both, really. It's just one or the other. So I really do appreciate this. But enough of that, really. Let's get on to size comparison. Alrighty, so for first size comparison, we have... I forgot what his name was for a minute. The G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes from the Timber 2-pack. And that's what he looks like on all fours. Now switching to all twos. Alrighty, and here he is standing up bipedal. I can't believe I said on all twos. But as you can see, he is very tall. This is a 6-inch figure. This is 7-inch, pretty much. This is actually like almost an 8-inch figure, but it's 7 inches. I would say more than 8-inch figures. Now to the next one. Here is the Jada Toys Wolfman next to the Doctor Who werewolf, and as you can see, still, yeah, he's a big boy. But I just want to show those off real quick. But I'm going to do now the one I've been wanting to show the most, and that is Blade. Now, this, in my opinion, looks really cool together. I really do like this. That, by the way, that's a Diamond Select Blade. I really like this scale, because he's bigger, of course, but Blade's also a big dude, too. This looks cool to me. And, honestly, you could do really good photography with these two. And also, I added blood to the mouth, by the way, sorry. But you could do really cool stuff with this. Even though their articulation isn't the best, it's about really finding something creative to do with these, because these are really cool figures. But particularly, this figure is my favorite. Now, I will say, other than the articulation drawbacks, the detail is pretty good and everything else. But honestly, I got this for a really good price. And to be fair, it's very hard to get, but if you do find this for a good price and everything like that, then I probably would get it. But if you don't, then you don't really, unless you're a diehard, basically, werewolf collector or diehard werewolf fan or anything like that, then you don't really need this. But if you want a generic, pretty much werewolf that you can put with other figures and everything like that, then this is what you should get. But overall, I'd give it probably 8.5 out of 10. I would say, because not a perfect 9, because overall the articulation is very basic. But what I really like about this is it can be an army builder. I just wish it was more widely available than what it is and what it was. But overall, it's a pretty good figure, and I think you all should get it because it's cool. But yeah, I really have nothing else to say. I'm sorry if this video is cringy as shit, but I haven't done one of these in a while, and honestly, I just wanted to show this off because I really like it. But anyways, I hope you all have a great day. Bye.